So I got over to the Allen Food Pantry and I was immediately set to work. At first they had me dragging, there was a delivery truck that was there, and they had me dragging carting boxes to a back storage room. There was a main sort of dining area, and in the back was the kitchen and was the storage area. So we went in there and we just started unloading things and putting them in place off the cart. Originally there was a lot of chicken and things like that had to go in the freezer, so we put those things in the freezer and tried to make room. After we did this for a while, shuttling, getting delivery done, we went about setting up stations and putting up their bags of 7, which were different from the St. Catherine's Parish. They had different food items in them. Some of it was very similar: green beans, corn. They had milk instead of juice that they were offering. There was other juice that was there, but we were doing milk today. There was some carrots, some yams, things of that nature. You just went about it. But unlike where we do the bins, where we only put out maybe food enough for about 50 or 60 people, we did bags of 7 for, everybody. It would have been like having all the empty bins at the St. Catherine's Church and then filling them all up with making bags of 7. It was an incredible and prodigious amount of work. And at first it was just me and this woman named Nova. And she is the queen of making bags. I've never seen anybody who's got the hand speed that she had. So that's what we did. Went out, did it up.
Right there at the end of this shift at the Allen Church, it was an interesting moment. We'd spent all this time making bags of 7, unloading carts, stocking shelves, grabbing things from off of high shelves and handing them down to people lower than you. And after all this, when Marge was handing out the different food items, she paused for a moment and said, "Now you weren't here when these items were delivered, and I only have one rule here when I'm handing this food out," as she just unloaded all of this food on us. That was more than I could carry. She said that she was giving each of the volunteers food for 13. So you can imagine how much food there was. And this is a food pantry, so we've got plenty of food to give away. But a rule was, and this is interesting, if you weren't here when the truck delivered this particular food item, then you didn't get to get it in your to-go box when you were leaving. So she said, normally I wouldn't even offer this to you, but I'm going to ask the rest of the guys here if they are willing to let you have it. And she was talking to me. This whole conversation, she was talking to me and looking in my direction. And after she was done, she looked over, she asked them, and they said, no, he's fine. And then she threw it in my box.